So this is a really exciting time for the organization and for the future development and longevity of the organization. So ECEBC has been in existence since 1969, so it's the second longest professional organization for early childhood educators in Canada. Only Ontario has been around longer. And so we continue to look for ways and opportunities to continue to grow the organization and make sure that it stays useful and energetic with the work that we're doing. So as Carla mentioned in her opening, ECEBC has entered into a social enterprise place within our history. And so this has been a really interesting process for us as an organization, as a board, and how we are responsive to our members' requests and concerns and the pieces that they're bringing to us. So what we learned through this process is that ECEBC has always been a social enterprise since day one, because we do have membership services. We look at benefits to membership. We look at building the capacity of the sector. That is part of our mandate, and that's what makes us a social enterprise. So Van City Community, the Van City Credit Union has now committed to ECEBC by supporting us to help build the capacity, also invest in a new sustainable way of doing our work, and that is consistent with the ECEBC values. So what is a social enterprise? So kind of a big long definition, but it really speaks to our core values and understandings of the work that we do. So a social enterprise is an organization that applies all of its commercial strategies to maximize the improvements in human and environmental well-being. So for ECEBC, we are here to advance the professional and personal commitment to the value of early care and learning, and we do that by empowering the sector through education, collaboration, and leadership. So it does fit within our mandate. So the Early Childhood Educators of BC advances, as you can see here, it's listed, the mandate within our organization, that our mandate actually talks about us advancing early childhood education and the educators in the province, as well as we provide professional development opportunities, training, and resources for all of our members, which are listed here in the green section. So these are licensed early childhood educators, students, assistants, and others. So the assistants is a more broader part of our membership. So the assistants also include family child care now that have a licensed facility within their home. So we're trying to broaden and reach out across the province to bring in the capacity of our sector. We also support the sector itself, so early childhood educators, to inform the broader community about their work, because we know how important that is for the general community to understand the value and the importance of the early year, and then also value the people that are working with young children. We also expand access to public information, and will continue to build the case for a publicly funded, high-quality early care and learning programs in BC, and also support some national work around that. But primarily that is the work that we've been doing to address the crisis around childcare, and the solution being the 10-a-day childcare plan. So why did we do this? Why did we think this was the time? Well, here at a organizational level, we had already achieved some very strong positive outcomes with very, very limited resources and modest marketing. So we believe that with a more focused effort, we would yield much more substantial results for our members, the sector, and for the public. And through stronger engagement, we believe the process will increase all of these highlighted pieces or these points of interest. So it will build our professionalism, the co-creation of our field, opportunities, values, and sustainability for our sector. And what we were hearing from our membership particularly is that they want to have a hope for things to be better, a hope that the work we do is being seen and valued. We believe that will help us represent at more and more broader stakeholder tables. It will help us improve around the innovative programs and services. It will help us build a stronger workforce working with children and families and a more cohesive environment within the workforce and profession. We also believe by enhancing this work will promote the high quality aspect and really define that and bring that forward in our communities. We want to see a well-reimbursed workforce as well as having a very strong collective voice when we bring these issues to all levels of government and community. So as you can see here, the social enterprise that we've embarked on or have been part of actually has some key areas of focus: how we build our membership and engagement support, educational services and enhancement for the sector, how we're looking at how we can build the public audience and the education around the early years, and then also have a strong support and develop the branch support and enhancement at a more thoughtful, energetic level, and then the support for the whole sector around. So it's not one thing that sort of stands on its own. It goes around in a circle, and they all what we call looping together. So they're all interrelated. It will help us grow, lead, and develop where we need to. Everything we do, we want to ensure it has high value, high quality, and the lowest possible cost for our members. And what's really important around this process is that we want to continually have an evaluation process that has ongoing review, and that we can celebrate the successes. So really, what does this mean when we're thinking about this in practical terms? So we're seeking to increase membership benefits, and we've already started doing some of this. So we're doing this by support and collaboration out in the province, updating and moving forward with quality education and resources, particularly around the professional development aspect, provide more opportunities for outreach and networking, so even things like this webinar is part of that activity, and then a variety of options to flexible and affordable access to services. What we needed to do for us here at the very beginning, and many of you might have received a membership survey that went out to really highlight and for us to gather information to move forward with this process. So we wanted to learn and hear from the sector. So we developed a membership sector to ask them, what do they know about the organization? What are they looking for from our organization? How can we encompass what our membership is saying about what's the reality in their communities? As well as that, we're in the process of developing a sector survey. So you'll be receiving actually two, and feel free to fill out both. But this is actually to broaden the network. So we know here in BC there's over 16,000 certified early childhood educators, over 5,000 early childhood educator assistants, and then many other people within the sector that aren't feeling connected to our organization. So we're actually going to be asking our membership and other areas that we could tap into the sector so we can really talk about what are the workplace conditions like, what are your wages like, and really start to build on why aren't you a member and what would it take for you to become a member. So As we move forward, we've already developed some plans and some of the things have already started. We are looking to build and enhance our educational services. So we have a very robust Let's Talk About Touching, or is actually called Let's Talk program now, formerly known as Let's Talk About Touching program, that's looking at revising and updating the Let's Talk program. And we're in the process of putting together that program and updating it to get it out more broadly out into the communities and have it reflective to current practice within the sector. And we hope to have some more announcements around that by the May conference, as well as we're making webinars and podcasts of selected educational offerings that will be available to members. We're looking at strengthening the ECEBC branch. So next week we're actually going out to, or not going out, we're having all of our branch executive and our board members coming to the Lower Mainland to have a board branch retreat to start to provide support to help us understand and respond to the regional needs in a real thoughtful process. As well as we continue to do that, we will be continuing to expand the member services available based on the membership input. And something that we recently introduced was the 2 new opportunities for insurance. So there's the Health Source Plus. I'm sure if you're a member, you've heard about that, but we like to get that out to the community, that there is the option to go in and get a no obligation quote if you're looking to have extended health and dental, eyeglass, that kind of insurance for yourself and for your family. Either the programs could do that or you can do that on an individual basis. As well as we also have Magenta Insurance that looks at program insurance. So if you're a family child care provider or a nonprofit or a private owner of a program, you can access facility insurance or other insurance. If you have a board, so a board of directors, you need other kinds of insurance to support that. This is the place to go. So membership actually has value and you get discounts on being a member for these things. So as we move forward, the staff roles here will realign to the work that we're doing. We'll be supporting you with public education. We'll be launching a website redesign to help meet the needs of the public, but it will also be a valuable tool to support you in your work with the public. On a final note, before I open it up, you know, like I said at the beginning, there's many certified early childhood educators out in the province. We really want to build the capacity of our sector, the capacity of the organization to be a strong voice at the table. And we look at what could we actually do if we build even our voice by 30%, how much input that would be on those discussions. And we see the impact that's making already at a federal level with many of our branches supporting ECEBC's initiative to go out and write letters to the ministers, and there's an all-ministers meeting that happened today and tomorrow looking at developing a framework for early care and learning at a nationwide, but we can do this. So we are truly stronger together. And so the surveys that we will be looking at, like I said, we'll be asking questions. If you're not a member, what would it take? And we just imagine what could we accomplish if we had even at 30% of our ECEs as part of our organization. So we'd be close to 5,000 people, where right now we're about 900. So we're building the capacity, we're building our membership and the membership benefits. We welcome any discussion and feedback around the presentation on ECEBC's moving to a social enterprise model and how we're trying to build our membership base.